Oh, right. I forgot about that as well. Well, technically session 2, but... Oh, did you not record the previous one? No, that's fine. Cool. So Gerald comes out. You go and you ask him what the hammers are made of. And he looks at you and his lip starts to quiver. And he starts to sob uncontrollably. And he's looking down at Meridethe and he's going, "Why? What?" I can't do that.
What?
So young. And at this point, you guys hear the doorbell ring.
Is he? Wait, did he get close to her body or just stay there looking?
He got somewhat close to her body. Yes.
Yeah, as he was getting close, I would told him, "Be careful with the hammers."
And he looks up at the hammers that are swinging, and he ignored the doorbell for 2 seconds. And he proceeds to grab the hammer that swung, and he breaks it off. At this point, the mechanism seemed to grind to a halt, and he has the hammer in his hand. And he looks at you and he says, "No problem anymore," as he continues to sob. And he goes towards the door after having heard the doorbell.
I'd like to get to walk and try and be closer, just to keep an eye on it. I'll walk past Meridethe.
Okay. So
I'd like to taste the blood.
Control over. Cool. So you walk past Meridethe's body and you get close enough. You inspect Meridethe's body. Do you have anything you want to use as a skill?
Oh, fuck. You know when you're putting your arm on the border of a desk and it just like scrapes and like you feel like your whole skin scraping against it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's just happening.
Ooh, gross. Okay, I mean you can go ahead and use that, sure. Well, I mean, yeah, you can use your investigate, I suppose, as part of it. You can give me a roll. I'll give you a. You have to beat. I didn't look at the thing yet. Yeah, you got to beat 3. No, difficulty level 2. Sorry. Yep. You succeed in realizing that, that's her body. Yes, she is very dead. And as far as you can tell, there's no way you can fake having someone's head explode. And at this moment, Gerald opens the door. And all you guys hear is, in the distance, Tony Luzuto says hello. And a hand thrusts out.
Tony Luzuto! I'm sorry.
So,
I understood that reference.
I'm glad one person did. A hand thrusts out, and there's a mask in the hand, and the mask goes on to... Hold on 2 seconds. And a mask goes straight onto Gerald's face. And the mask is not entirely unakin to Gerald's face, but is one that is twisted and disgusting. And as quickly as this happens, the door closes. And Gerald falls to his knees and he's tearing off to try and get the mask off of his face, and he can't. And at this point, you guys notice that the mask is fused to his skin.
At that moment, Can I coat my dagger with the poison?
Yes, you can.
Do that.
I'll send you a video. It's very funny.
You didn't see anybody. All you saw was a hand thrust in and plaster a mask straight onto Gerald's face.
Like the mask.
A normal sized hand putting this very strange, grotesque mask. It's like a regular clown mask, but think of it twisted, and instead of having red hair, the hair is a bright, bright green. Exactly. So, like I said, not unlike Gerald's face already, but just worse. Give me a moment.
I don't have control of my token.
All right, I didn't hear anything. If you guys said something in the past 1 minute,
Kiki doesn't have control of his token.
Thank you.
All right, let me see if I can fix that.
So just to clarify, he said Tony Mizuto sends his regards.
Says hello.
Oh, says hello. Okay.
Okay, now why wouldn't you have control?
Because I can't control Alan.
Yeah,
Alan is his own man.
You should have access control to Alan. Okay, I've got an idea. How about you drag your Alan onto the?
Oh,
map?
Sure.
Give that a shot.
I'll try that.
Can you repeat the name? Tony what?
Tony Lazzuto.
Drag it from where?
So you drag your character sheet straight onto the map.
Oh,
there you go. And you should have. Yep, and you do have control over it.
Thank you.
And I also have control over it, so everything's good.
Thank you. I just wanted to taste the blood. I forgot to say.
Why is my chat thing just slightly off? There we go. Okay, excellent. So as this happened, you notice that his arms and legs are kind of twitching and deforming a bit. Yes, Tony Lazzuto. And he tries to speak out, but all you hear is this tortured laugh. And then he glances at you guys.
Phil, you're okay?
And he shuffles forward and falls straight on his face, tripping over oversized clown shoes that were previously not there. He gets up and he starts laughing again. This tortured, horrendous laugh. It feels like it's multiple people laughing at the same time. And the weird part is you notice him trying to speak. He's not actually laughing. You see his lips are moving, forming words.
Okay, can I try to understand what he's trying to say?
Sure, you can give it a shot. Do you have any relevant skill? If not, give me a tell me, and I'll have you do a raw d20.
I think it'll be raw because I don't think any of the things I have.
Okay, then give me a difficulty 3 to try and figure out what to like read his lips.
All right, d20, right?
Yep.
Oh God, no.
So unfortunately, you don't quite know. You get the impression that he might be either trying to say "help me" or "get away," but you're not sure which. That's about as much as you can gather from all of his lips moving. You've only managed to maybe make out that.
I'd like to run towards him and try to rip off the mask from his face.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Bad mask! Bad mask! Alan, rip off!
As you try to rip off his mask, he starts screaming in pain, and he shoves you to the floor. And at this point, you see in his eyes, they've started to bleed at his eyes. And once again, you hear that hideous laughter. And now you get the impression that something akin to that. And it's at this point that you realize, or you get the impression that he's no longer quite Gerald. And you see him take the hammer that he still has in his hand, the same one that hit Meridethe. And he's he's coming in and he's swinging it right in a downwards arc right at Alan. Alan, can you give me a speed defense?
Yes, sir. Let me find it. I just click on speed. No, wait, speed defense. There it is. No
I've never done it,
bonus.
so we're finding out together.
What's the difficulty?
Give me a difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
Nope. It
I don't
should.
have an asset.
I don't think so.
If I understand, the speed defense is just actually like a skill. It just makes you have.
There you go.
Yeah, it is a speed defense skill, and usually has modifications. All right, excellent. I'm super glad you succeeded because that would have been terrible if you didn't.
Oh, jeez. My head would have popped.
So the floorboards underneath explode from where he lands his hammer.
What the fuck?
You guys have about 2 moments now to move your characters about 15 feet. We're not going to run initiative for the moment. Yep, that was the dining room area. The main exit is the one that's behind Gerald, yes. Okay. Go right ahead and open it. Give me 2 seconds. I'll reveal. Are you going straight in? Okay. As you kick it open, this is what you see. So go ahead and get yourself in. I'll reveal the rest. All right, excellent. Shima.
Yeah, it's 15 feet, you said, right?
Yep, move 15 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to go up here and go through the door there. Go in. The door opens like this or like this?
It's 2 slight doors. 2 tiny doors. I should have probably made that. So they open up, so it doesn't quite matter.
Okay.
For the angling. There's only somewhere else where the angling matters.
Okay. I'm going to, once I'm inside, I'm going to go on the side here and hide.
Okay.
Do I have to roll stealth or is that enough?
No, not for the moment.
Okay.
And Kiki. Yep,
wait,
sorry.
Well, I want to hide, but is it possible to like radiant action?
Yeah.
So it'll be that if he ever like goes through the door, I'm going to sneak attack him.
Okay. And Kiki.
You already moved 15 feet.
Oh, you already moved 15 feet?
Well, I moved away from Geralt.
Okay.
Oh, I can still move.
You can move 5.
I can move. Okay, good.
Okay, excellent. At this moment,
can I also? I mean, that sounds like a good idea. Can I also ready an attack? Since
sure.
I'm not using my action, my
Yep.
attack. Sorry, I'm not used to it. I'm also going to prepare an attack if he gets within melee range of me.
Okay, sounds good. At this moment, Gerald goes and moves, and you see him, Kiki. What you see is him suddenly clutch his stomach and then run. And he gets into this. He opens the door, slams it behind him, and you hear maniacal laughter behind.
Okay.
Okay. So there's no initiative, so you guys can actually move around now.
I want to loot the corpse and taste the blood.
All right.
Taste the blood first.
You
I want
taste
to taste the blood first to see if it's.
It tastes like blood.
As I'm coming out and he tastes the blood, the first thing I do is I just kick him, like to put him off balance, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Pay some
I'd like to
respect the
dodge his
dead.
kick.
Considering that you don't see him come out, I'll consider that he succeeds in kicking you just for the moment
All right.
because this pleases me.
What gives?
What gives? You what gives? You're tasting the blood of a dead woman.
I want to see if it's real blood. I know real blood. This is real blood.
Her head
You
exploded
peek
in front of
around
her.
and you don't hear anything. Sorry, you don't see anything. But after a few moments, you start hearing what appears to be explosive diarrhea.
Oh Jesus!
Followed by maniacal laughter.
Okay, so I'm going to go towards the door he went to. Well, let's go see him.
Oh, do I find anything on the corpse? By the way.
You do not find anything unless you want to take her dress. She
No.
doesn't have
No,
anything
no.
on her.
I was looking for.
So I want to open the door stealthily, as like I'm hearing like him like pushing the diarrhea or laughing. I want to like open the door at the same time.
It is locked.
It's locked.
At this moment, you hear another blast of explosive diarrhea, followed by maniacal laughter, and then screams of pain.
I turn to them and I'm like, "It's locked. Can you guys open it?" We can't leave him like that. We need to.
Yeah, I'm
we
sorry.
need to get the thing off its face.
At this point, you guys hear what appears to be a flush, and the lock of the door turns.
Going to hide my dagger behind my back, and I'm gonna like just step back and ask, like, "Gerald, are you okay? Is that bien?"
You hear nothing.
Same. I'm gonna be waiting.
About 5 minutes passes, and nothing. No sound, no breathing, no nothing.
What's Alex's character name again? I'm sorry. Mr. Eric, you had the risotto too, and he had the risotto. How is your tummy feeling?
Very astute.
And I'm turning to him and I'm like, "Well, he had your leftovers. How are you feeling?"
I only ate the fish. I'm the only one who ate the fish. Fish was delicious. Very good.
Looking at Eric, does he look more buff than I?
I don't think so. The dude works out, but not like crazy works out.
Okay. Look at him like Eric. Eric, do you think you could break open the door? Kick it open? We were called here for some weird stuff. You're gonna tell me that him getting the mask on his face and like transforming and having explosive diarrhea is not something that needs to be investigated? Sorry, DM, I saw that.
You weren't supposed to see it. So about this moment is when you guys start hearing a walking of clown shoes, and out of the dining hall comes out Gerald. And he turns towards the right and he starts going up the stairs. Yep. It's still the same Gerald that you guys saw.
I'm like, what was that?
How did he? Did
Probably
Gerald
there's another way.
teleport?
There's probably another way or another entrance.
Maybe there's two Geralds.
In the distance, you guys hear laughter.
I'm gonna go there and open the door.
Okay. As you go and open the door, give me a moment. It appears to be a closet of sorts. There's a clothing. That's where you'd normally go and you'd like hang up your clothing, your jackets or whatever.
Maybe he went out the window? Like when we came in the first time, did we see like a window on that side?
Nope.
Anyways, let's. I'm gonna go and follow him. You can follow me if you want. No me importa.
What did he say? Ah.
Manuelo.
As you guys go and hit the base of the stairs, you hear fuck. That's what I want. There we go. Perfect. Okay. You hear the squeaking back coming from the closet area, and out comes out Gerald.
Puta madre.
And he looks around, and he seems to have, and he looks down the hall, but he doesn't quite see you guys.
I call him out.
Told you, two Geralds.
I whistle at him.
You whistle at him. You see him turn towards you guys, looks around almost like trying to see you guys with the periphery of his vision. He starts cackling maniacally, and he starts sprinting towards you guys. And then he falls flat on his face.
Again?
As you get in, yes, that is a fireplace. Yes, there would be, yes. Sure.
Metal rod. Iron rod.
Gerald at this point gets up, starts running again and slips on the blood and falls on his face.
As that happens, I'm going to run towards him.
It's at this moment, right as he slips, you notice that his hammer falling and coming into contact with the floorboard. You hear the little squeak, and the floorboard explodes. As you get closer, he looks up towards you and starts maniacally cackling.
So as I'm going close to him, I'm going to try and cut his hand that's holding the hammer.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Where the fuck is my attack roll here? I don't have my weapon attack roll made.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We didn't do that because we weren't. Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, that. So I'm in practice. So without penalty.
For a dagger, it would be damage 2. And it should be mod 1.
Okay. And I'm gonna write it as description. Okay.
Did something happen?
Wait. No, nothing happened.
Okay.
What the fuck? Okay, no, it's what?
Okay,
no,
that just puts the weapon.
Yeah, that's weapon, yeah. My bad.
So then you're probably going to put it in the attacks.
Okay, yes, that. It's going to be...
Oh, do they have it separate for the weapons and the... Does it not auto... Does it not auto-generate with the weapon?
So the stat, I guess it's miter speed.
Your choice, actually, for that.
Mod, you said 1.
Mod 1, damage 2.
2.
So I'll keep in mind that you applied the poison, so don't worry about that.
Immediate. All right. Okay. So bonus none.
No bonus. Nope. It should automatically.
Even if he's laying on the ground.
That's a fair actual thing. Yeah. Yeah. Give yourself a bonus. Bonus 1.
Difficulty.
And to hit him on the ground, I'm going to give you a difficulty of... Well, you see, that's part of the reason why I would say, like, don't give him a bonus, because I'm just going to give you a difficulty based off of what his...
Okay,
his thing is.
wait, I'm going to cancel it and I'm going to do it again. So, no bonus. What's the difficulty?
I'll give you difficulty 2, because you're attacking a small, specific part of his body.
I'm not going to add any efforts. Asset none.
Assets none. No.
Cost none.
So no bonus, no assets.
Efforts to damage. No.
You succeed. You stab his hand, and you see the poison glistening on your blade. So you know that as you stab through the glove, that he must have gotten some of it. His reaction is to laugh maniacally. No screams of pain, but just to laugh maniacally and to continue giggling. It does not seem to have infected, at least he's not giving any sign of it.
I'd like to help him.
And is he still holding the hammer?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'd like to follow in his footsteps and bite the hand.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do that, though?
Oh,
considering what he just stabbed him with.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know.
Alan doesn't know there's poison on it.
Yeah.
That's entirely fair.
Okay.
Okay,
Go for it.
Difficulty.
Biting. I can't believe this biting the hand that feeds you. Come on.
Gonna be a difficulty 2 as well.
Okay. No effort. I'm just gonna bite him.
Boy, where's the GIF? There it is. All right, you succeed in biting him. Once again, he's just maniacally laughing, and you notice as you do so, there's a very strange taste in your mouth, and the back of your throat goes numb. You're gonna take 5 points of damage to might.
5 points. Jesus Christ!
As the poison gets down and metabolizes.
Where is this? Where is this?
Seeing your reaction, Gerald screams in pain.
Wait, what?
At this point, Gerald was screaming, seeing Alan in pain and recoiling after biting him. Gerald was the one who screamed in pain after Alan bit him and took some poison. He saw Alan suffering a bit and also started screaming too. At this point, Gerald is getting up. And yes, Alex? Okay. You can go ahead and try. It is extremely destructive, yes.
Oh, I bet the hammer's a cipher.
Yes. Give me a regular attack roll. Use one of your stats then. I would say, once again, difficulty 6. You're aiming for a small area, and no, sorry, difficulty 2 for that brings a total value of 6. Okay. So you go and you grasp the hammer and you yank on it, and as you do so, you manage to fail and you fall down to the floor, and so does Gerald. But not before you notice that when you pulled on the hammer, his hand was fused at this point. His fingers were twisted around the actual grip of it, and you're not entirely convinced that there's a separation anymore. Seeing you fall on your ass, Gerald starts laughing. And he starts to try and get back up. Shima.
Damn. I'm going to drop my knife next to Kiki's character. I don't remember the name.
Alan.
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 And I'm gonna tell him cut his hand off, and I'm going to jump Gerald to keep him on the floor, or try to prone him and keep him on the floor with the hand out.
Cool. I would just like to remind you, Gerald is 7 feet tall.
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna
Excellent.
try.
Cool.
Can I instead push the knife towards Eric and help him? Put him down? Push him down?
Yeah, sure. But we'll wait for Shima to give a grapple with might.
Okay.
So what is gonna be?
It's going to be might is going to be the stat for it. If you have something that helps, go ahead and suggest it. Otherwise, give me a might roll. And the difficulty to pinning him down is going to be difficulty 5. So you got to beat 15.
Okay, so yeah, I don't got something to really help me, so I am going to put in some effort. So remind me exactly. So I have 1 effort. I can only put 1 effort, and that's it.
Yep, that's correct. You can put 1 level of effort until you guys get to a higher level. Then you can add more levels of effort.
Okay, and that can happen only once per day, kind of.
Once per action.
Once per action. Okay,
so, for example, yeah. So for example, like you can each separate attack that you do, you can spend a level of effort. But the level of effort, like let's say it's on an attack of some sort, if there's damage involved, you can either spend it on the hit or the damage side. You cannot do both of them.
Okay. So I'm gonna put effort. I said I got nothing, cost nothing. Oh god.
Okay, cool. So you fail. Do make sure that. Oh, sorry.
I'm just hugging him.
Yep, you go and you try to pin him down, and as he's still getting up, you notice that your strength and your weight doesn't seem to be doing much preventing him from getting up. So at this point, you're draped around his neck like a cape.
All right.
Kiki, he's halfway getting up. He's on all fours.
Alan's gonna turn to Eric and push slide the knife towards him. You cut it, and then he's just gonna jump on top of the clown on top of Gerald to put him down.
Okay.
Down.
Give me the same might stat roll, except you're going to add a bonus since Shima's already there. So you guys are compounding your efforts.
Okay.
So you're going to get a 1 asset.
1 asset. Okay.
Yes.
So no bonus, but an asset.
No
difficulty
bonus, but asset.
5.
Difficulty 5.
I'm gonna put it in effort. Since I have an edge in might, I don't have to spend anything by using. It's like
you spend like 1 less, so it's going to cost you
1
2
less. Okay.
Instead.
Right. I'm gonna do one level of effort.
Just keep in mind when you guys put like the level of effort in the actual thing, don't immediately remove the cost. See if it does it automatically first.
Okay.
Because it's possible that it might be automated.
Assets. Oh, I have to put in the cost. So -1, so it's 2. The cost is 2. Okay.
So you put in a cost of 5 total. Because you shouldn't have put a cost in. So refund yourself 2 points.
It didn't.
Yeah, because once you put 1 level of effort, it counts that immediately and puts a cost automatically of 3.
Oh,
and then
right.
Cost of the ability afterwards is what when they ask for cost, they're asking for the cost of the ability or whatever you're using.
Right.
Okay,
so
but it doesn't do it automatically. It doesn't take it off.
Yeah, it doesn't do it automatically.
Okay, it does not take it off from your stat automatically?
No.
Okay, so then afterwards, remove the appropriate.
Okay.
Remove the appropriate amount. So you also fail. You jump on and you notice that it seems like he's really fucking strong. Alex.
Jump him. Jump him.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Difficulty 2 attack.
Guys, I'm just gonna be right back for a second, okay?
Sure. 4. No bonus. 2. No acid, no cost. Remember to deduct 2. So as he's trying to get up on all four, you go and you aim careful and you get him right in the eye. And the skewer goes in a little bit. And instead of a reaction of pain, he's just laughing maniacally. He's giggling, and he seems to be, mind you, it's still like a tortured laugh that you're hearing. That's what it sounds like, but he's just laughing his ass off. It's the funniest thing that he's seen in a while. You notice that his you managed to get him in the right eye, and his right eye is gushing blood. Gerald manages to get up fully at this point, and he's aiming, and now he's trying to grapple Shima. Shima, either speed defense or might defense. Might to hold on, speed to get off and dodge his grab.
Speed to get off.
Okay.
Where is that speed defense?
Okay. In that case, what we'll do is we'll create a skill. Level untrained, and that's it. Unless you have something that helps. I think there's only one person who has something that helps. I think it's Alan.
Yeah.
You have speed defense bonus?
So difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2 because he doesn't see you. He's grappling at you with one hand. You succeed. He does not manage to grab you, and at this point, you're fallen off though, so you're behind him. Yeah, exactly. And yep. All right, Shima. Hello.
Yeah, 1 sec, I'm thinking.
Okay. Just gonna have a look at the other character sheets, make sure that they have a speed defense.
How long
Alex,
would you say since he got the mask?
it's been maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, it's been more than 5 minutes, yes, because you guys waited outside of the bathroom for him for quite a while. Maybe 15 minutes at this point. You'd put it in skills. Yep. Oh, you have trained without armor. Yeah, so you're gonna set. Yeah, you're gonna set it to trained exactly. Excellent. See if I can do that in the meantime.
So I'm going to step back. And I'm going to use Entangling Force.
Okay.
So now the thing is, how do I cast it?
How do you
Sorry,
cast
I'm
it?
back.
Well, that's the thing. You told me to put it in special abilities, but then it's cost 1. That's it.
Target
I just do it
within
and that's it.
action cost 1. Target within short range, subject to a snare, construct the same force 1 minute. The force snare is a level 2 construct. The target caught in the force snare cannot move from its position, but attack and defend normally.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
You can increase the level of the force snare by 1. Damn, that is cool. I don't remember seeing this ever. Oh, what was this in?
That was in the, I think, Magic Flame
It's magic.
Speaker.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Give me. What I want to say. Do I roll it as an attack roll? I'll say since you're, I'll think about whether or not you'll need an attack roll for it later. But for this one, we'll say auto succeeds. Since you're also really fucking close to him, so point blank, you managed to get him with the entangling net, and yeah, he's caught in this snare, and yeah, he can't move.
All right. They'll just say to the others, "Get back! You won't be able to move."
Cool, Kiki.
Yes, I'm back just in time. Okay. Yeah, he got snared. Okay.
You're still on him, just in case.
Yeah, I'm still on him. Okay. There we go.
Shima, actually, hold on a sec, Kiki, before you start. Describe your snare.
A target within short range
No.
subject to snare.
Yeah. What is your
What do
snare?
you want it to look like?
What is the snare?
You're gonna see just like ropes made of hemp coming out like from the floor and just like holding on to him around like his body.
Okay.
Like, yeah, his legs and torso. Because apparently he should be able to attack and defend itself normally, so I don't think the arms are gonna get affected.
Cool. Yep, that's fair by that's fine by me. Okay, Kiki, excellent. No, that's because you were gonna say like you tossed like a net on him or some shit like that. I was gonna be like, oh, well, Kiki's trapped too.
Yeah.
Alan, you are hanging off of his neck. He seems unfazed by the fact that you're hanging off of his neck. He had just recently tried to grab hold of Shima, and Shima let go and dodged away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he just got poked in the eye.
Yes, he also has a hot poker straight in the eye.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay.
Sorry, a cold hot poker in the
eye. I'm gonna. So one of his eyes incapacitated, essentially.
Sort of. He appears to be bleeding out of both of them, but one way more than the other. Presumably because he got poked in the eye with one.
Right. I'm gonna say, "Sorry, Geralt, made us do this," and I'm gonna claw at his other eye.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Which difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
2.
No
effort.
He's up, but you're super close, and yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? While I was like hanging from his neck, was the mask like fused to his face, or did it seem like it could be taken off?
It was fused to his face. Like at this point, like it looked like the mask had melted into his skin, and his skin had melted into the mask.
Okay.
Like we're talking like burn victim levels of melting.
Alex doesn't like the image.
Okay. -1. You should have mod 1 on that. Or do you already have that in your thing?
-1 still difficulty.
Difficulty 2.
Oh, I think I wrote it myself because I don't think you can.
Okay, yeah. You can. It's in mod.
It's in mod? What do I put in mod?
So you put 1 for mod. Mod 1 on your clause.
Well, it's 1 step, so isn't it 3?
Reduction of difficulty of the attack roll by 1. Yeah.
So I put 1. I don't put 3.
You just put 1, yeah.
And it's going to count as 3.
It should, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because it says reduction of the difficulty. And difficulties always jumps to 3.
Good. But it succeeded anyway, so.
You succeeded. Just give it a throw just in case, just to see how it goes.
Oh, I didn't put the difficulty. Well, it beats difficulty 2, so.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, so you succeeded in clawing at his other eye, and his other eye starts gushing out, and he's laughing as well. He's finding this to be absolutely hilarious.
Geralt, snap out of it!
In response to your thing, he just laughs.
I think it's too late.
Alex, what do you do? Wait, no. Before, yeah, no, it's you, and then Gerald.
Coward. And then your hand explodes. I'm kidding. And I Judge Dredd. Boom.
Okay. You want to swipe the dagger at him? Okay. Go ahead and move the full distance. Okay. Give me an attack. For the moment, you can make that speed. Just give me a speed roll, and we'll manually do it if you don't have it. If you don't have the attack written down. Yeah, you don't. Well, I mean, yeah, you can give yourself a bonus of 1. That'll do the math for the +1 to hit. Difficulty, yes. Hold on.
A difficulty of yes.
Yes, because he's snared, yes. So you slice at him, and as you do so, you manage to clip his gut, and out of his gut starts pouring glitter.
Because of course it does.
And Gerald just starts laughing. Glitter gets on your hand, by the way. It's like glitter. You can shake it off, but there's always just a little bit stuck.
Yeah.
There's always a little bit. Yeah, basically.
Condition glittered.
Okay. Kiki, you're still hanging on to Gerald. Gerald does not like this. He tries to grab at you with his left hand. He reaches out behind. He's trying to grab at you. Give me a speed defense roll of difficulty 2.
All right. 2.
Excellent.
17. Nice.
Sorry, I should have actually stated this. I'll let you keep that roll because it's a good roll.
Oh, did I roll the wrong thing?
No, because I had
Where's-
given Shima the same option. You can either do speed defense and succeed, but in doing the speed defense, you're letting go. Or you can decide to hold on with a might defense.
Oh, no, I'll let go. It's fine.
Cool. So then place yourself one step behind him.
Oh, wait.
I'll handle it.
That's the Tony Lazzuto reference?
There's a lot of Tony Lazzuto references.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that came to me when he said it first. That's why I was like, okay.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
The guy was screaming my butthole in front of the house.
That's great. I never saw that one.
Tony Lazzuto says hello. That artist had done a lot of comics with Tony Lazzuto says hello.
I got mine from Joel Havery, tailing mission from the NPC.
I think they all stemmed from that. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's off topic.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So you managed to dodge. You managed to not get you. But at this point, you know that you see that not Tony, fucking Gerald appears to be really pissed and is screaming in rage. He seems to be getting a little bit faster.
Oh, fuck.
Just spin.
Is he blinded?
You can't tell.
Hmm.
Alex. No, Shima's next.
Yeah.
Shima.
Yeah. Sorry, so Eric, you moved on the other side. What did you do with my dagger? You have it? Yeah, I'm putting my hand out for you to give it to me.
Yep, perfectly fine.
So Kiki's down from him, right?
Yep.
So we attack him and we don't see anything. So he's bleeding from both eyes.
Yep.
Because we made it bleed more than what it was already.
Yes.
He's laughing when we're cutting him, but he was screaming in pain when Alan was hurt.
Wait. Where are you going with this?
That's what you remember seeing. You remember seeing him see Alan suffer, and he screamed in pain.
Where are you going with this?
Is there still poison on my dagger, or is it just like a one hit? That's it.
I believe it's a one hit for your poison. You
So
have a better idea
what
if you look at the murder.
What I'll do is I'm going to cut my hand and see how he reacts.
You go and you slice your hand. Take. Are you doing like a full hit?
No.
You can choose to do a half and just take one damage instead.
Yeah.
So take one might damage. You slice your hand.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be reacting. Mind you, he's not looking at you. So you don't know if that's related or not.
I say ow.
You say ow out loud?
Yeah.
He starts cackling maniacally.
Okay, since he's blinded, I'm just gonna sneak out.
Okay. You guys can now move a full 30. 30 will be the equivalent of a short room.
So
Will be the equivalent of a full move.
Go for like go to the other. But is the door still open or closed?
That one's closed. The one down below here is the one that was opened.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm asking. Did you left it open or is it closed?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay here then.
Cool.
Sneaking around.
Kiki,
Do I sense like he can see me?
you have no idea.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Okay. Seeing Manuelo, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Seeing Manuelo go and hide, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna stealthily. I'm gonna go in this room here.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna go hide there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. And I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
Actually, do I see anything that I can hide behind? Like what's in this room?
Yeah, give me a second.
More room.
More room.
You find what appears to be a extensive library. There's books all over the place, and there's a nice, comfy reading chair. You don't really get the impression that you can sort of hide greatly. You can maybe hide behind the chair if someone comes out.
Is there room under the chair, or is it like close to the ground?
There is a bit of room underneath the chair, yes.
I would like to try and squeeze under the...
Cool. You squeeze underneath, and there's just your feet that are coming out from one end.
Yes, but they're disguised.
They're indeed disguised. They're very cleverly disguised as shoes. There's a trail of wet footprints leading to where you are. I'm joking. Okay, Alex. Okay, go for it. As you try to open the door, it appears to be locked. You can give it a kick, give it a good kick, or however you like. You can also use your bar, maybe. No, you skewered him, but you pulled it out. In your mind, you start hearing, it's an entirely different laughter, but you start hearing like the laughter of clowns. And as you go and you pry in, you manage to go and you start forcing. Give me a strength roll. I'll give you an unknown difficulty for now. As you force the bar, after a while, it seems to give. But to your horror, it gives not because the wood breaks, but the wood stretches, like as if it was made of an elastic material. The moment that it gives away, your grip on the bar falls, and instead of falling, the bar just flings itself and lodges itself into the wall over here, as if it was flung by a giant elastic band. The echo of laughter in your mind ceases. All right. At this point, Gerald, being incredibly frustrated at the snare, tears one of the snares off with one hand, and then, without thinking, slams the hammer down on his right foot, and it explodes in a series of gore and glitter, plastering all over the floor near where Meredith's body is.
Fuck.
And at this point, he starts laughing, and he starts heading this way, and he's walking with a mixture of a and a thump from his stump. And as he stumbles left to right, trying to maintain his balance, and he goes up the stairs. All right. You guys can freely move for the moment. You can. It's right over here.
By the way, those are windows, right?
Yes, those are indeed windows.
Okay. Alan's gonna go out and he's gonna check to see if the coast is clear.
The coast does appear to be clear. It is not.
My guess would be he fucking pooped out all of his organs. Oh god.
As you open it, you are greeted with a horrid sight.
Oh.
There is feces everywhere. It is on the floor, it is on the walls, and surprisingly, there's a mixture of confetti also plastering a little bit everywhere. And you notice what appears to be a desiccated corpse on the ground. A desiccated corpse. Desiccated, it's like dried out. That is a very good reaction.
¿Dónde está? Where is it?
It's gone. I don't know where it went. It went upstairs?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. I was hiding.
You guys,
happened? What happened?
about 5 minutes pass, and you guys hear the sound of flushing.
Of fleshing?
Flushing. Coming from the bathroom you just checked. Yes.
You think this is what I came here for?
It's just more questions, no answers.
I'm going at the door and I'm anyone inside?
You don't hear anything.
I try to open the door.
You manage to open it,
I
and
open it up.
as you do so, you see the absolute horrid mess that is everywhere.
Ay, Dios.
However, you start to see what appears to be Gerald's face peering out of the toilet and slowly coming out as he's reaching out an arm, and he's slowly starting to crawl out of it.
I'm closing the door and I'm like, I've seen it. I'm going away. I'm like,
That's it.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go up.
What is this here?
That is a bench. It appears to be a bench.
And the door to the bathroom, which way does it open? Does it open inwards or outwards?
It opens inwards.
Inwards. Okay.
Yes.
In an attempt to slow him down, I'm gonna try to drag the bench and put it in front of the door.
Okay. You managed to do so.
And then I'm gonna run.
Oh, yeah, right. This door here, that's the kitchen, right?
That appears to be the kitchen, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
In here, there's 2 windows that are down near the doors. And there's windows in the dining hall, and there's windows in the main the main. How the fuck do you say that? Living room. Yes.
Salle de séjour.
It looks normal outside.
I'm gonna go towards the kitchen. I'm gonna try and open the door.
At this moment, you hear the sound of a door trying to be opened, but there's a bench in the way. There's rattling of wood. That's it. You guys can continue for now.
I'm opening the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you go and you notice that it's a kitchen, and there's a window right in front of you.
What do I see through the window?
It looks like outside. It's very dark outside, mind you, so it's kind of hard to make out. But you see trees and grass. And
I'm gonna turn around to the guys and
backyard.
I'm gonna be like, grab anything as a weapon, knife, pan. Alan, do you need something?
I'm just gonna show my hands, and you can see through my gloves, my claws coming out. I'm good, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna look see if there's any other knives or
Horrors? What do you mean? Oh, I'm not like him. I don't follow the hunk mother.
the hunk mother.
I'm Alan. No, not Sherlock. Alan.
All right.
But I am
Shima,
very clever. I could see how you get confused.
Shima, as you look around, you notice that it's mostly just a regular kitchen. There's not anything particularly strange about it. It's got 2 stoves, it's got cabinets, it's got food a little bit everywhere and utensils. And there's a knife. But aside from that, it's just a regular cooking knife.
Yeah, I'll still take it.
Okay. Go ahead and add it. Yep, it appears to be. Yeah, it appears to be a container that contains a lot of different food stuff inside.
I guess it would be the same
Potatoes.
Kind of damage as a dagger.
Yep.
I'd like to see if there's any fish left over that I could loot.
You managed to find 1 fish. It is raw.
Is it frozen or just refrigerated?
It is a whole fish. It's
a whole fresh fish.
A whole fresh fish.
Oh my god, is that Asterix?
Yes.
So as I'm going next closer to these guys, I'm taking my knife, the kitchen knife, my dagger, and I'm putting it one close to Alan's throat, the other one to his body, and I'm gonna be like, can you give us more description of what the fuck you are?
What gives? Not cool. Not cool. I ain't here for the same reason that you are, you know? I got visions. I want to know what happens. I want to know what the fuck is going on too.
I understand.
But you're not enemies. Human. Alan is not enemy.
But you're not human. What are you exactly?
Okay, listen. I am human. Mostly.
As he says that, my knife gets closer, like on
mostly human.
Hold on 2 seconds. It's at this moment you hear a door open.
I look at Eric, like looking at the door.
And the sound of the footsteps gets closer for a bit, and then it gets lower. And then gone.
Maybe we should keep our voices down. I say still, my hands up in the air.
Yeah, we're gonna stay quiet while you're explaining to us why you're this way. What's your story?
I was not supposed to be this way. I was meant to be beautiful, whole deep one. I was supposed to be a whole deep one, but now I am only this, only Alan.
A whole deep one. What is a deep one?
You don't know what a deep one is? The followers of the Great Tentacle. And I'm gonna say a word that you're not gonna understand. It's very guttural. Yeah, exactly.
You notice that he pronounces something, but it's not entirely unlike what you guys were told by the other man.
Taking off the knife that's on the throat, but I'm keeping the other one on his body.
I'm gonna remove my disguise. I'm just gonna update my character.
Yo, he's a giant eyeball.
I'm a giant eyeball.
I'm honestly, I'm really hoping that you removing your disguise is just the exact same thing, but without the 3D glasses.
It's very close to that.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I thought this would be faster.
What would be faster?
Changing the token. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You can keep the token like that for now. What mostly matters is the avatar.
Okay.
Seeing his face, I'm like surprised, disgusted, but I'm trying to keep my cool.
I followed the Great One. Me and a bunch of my friends, and then we started changing, and then they left me, but I wasn't fully changed. They continued to ascend without me. I thought they were my friends, but they left me.
Right, so you're an outcast of your kind?
I don't think so. I think they made a mistake. I think they just forgot about me. I don't think they would have abandoned me. They wouldn't have abandoned Alan. But it's okay because Alan is most devout, so Alan will be seen by the Great One. And I will find him, and I will be the best follower there ever is. And I will find my group and family again.
All right, and what
Ohana means family. Sorry.
And what are the followers of the Great One do? They kill people?
No, we don't kill people. Alan never kills people unless people try to kill Alan. But a lot of people try to kill Alan, so Alan hides. And Alan puts great disguise. Very good disguise.
Agreed.
Unseemly. No one can tell, but you guys are very clever. Is that okay? Are you gonna kill Alan, or did Alan answer all your questions? Hello?
I take the dagger from his belly I'm like, put back your disguise.
Alan will try not to be offended by that.
I'm saying it mostly not to leave traces behind.
Fair, fair. I understand.
Do you guys stay in the kitchen?
Well, I'm looking at Eric and I'm like, so what do we do? Do we try to go to the second floor when it's open? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and sneak next to him and try to read what he's writing.
Okay. I assume, are you trying to go against this, Alex?
As I'm seeing this, I'm telling him, have you ever never seen the supernatural or the weird? Is it the first time? And then
Coming back.
And then it's gone.
I'm gonna check the window to see if it can be opened.
It cannot.
I look at him and I'm as like catching back what he's saying, and I'm like spewing out magical rope from the floor.
Well, you gonna entangle me?
No. I'm explaining to Eric like.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because he was saying like every magician like doesn't say this stuff, but like they're making like flowers appear and everything. Okay.
You know what they say? If you can't find the solution to the trick, it's because it's mirrors. It's always mirrors. Well, there's many rituals were needed to make Alan look like Alan. Many efforts, many years. Oh no, Alan doesn't. No, Alan doesn't have any tattoos.
Does he have any scars? Well, I'm not in the loop. I don't know anything exactly what's happening here, but I'm not new to the supernatural.
Do you also follow the Great One?
No, I don't know about the Great One.
He is the best. You should think about converting. Oh no, the Great One too great does not consider us even existing.
This is
When you pass next to an ant, do you say hi to the ant?
Yes.
Now imagine the ant is even smaller and you can't even see it. That's how we are to the Great One.
All right.
Why do you say hi to ants? Or do you follow a great bug lord?
So who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Mister Manuelo. See, Alan, good with brain. Alan remember things.
Good for you. I pat him on the side and I'm like, we need a plan now.
I'm gonna pretend bite at him. Maybe we could try breaking the window.
I believe we can eventually defeat him, but we don't have enough weapons. We don't have enough things to fight off.
I have an idea. We could borrow some oil. It's hard to pronounce my throat condition. Borrow some oil.
I look at him and I'm like, well, look around, see if you find any oil.
I will look around and see if I can find any oil.
You find some olive oil.
Oh, good, good.
How
Was
much?
hoping for sesame, but this is good.
How much?
About a bottle's worth. A cooking bottle's worth. It's not a huge amount.
I will start cooking the oil in a saucepan.
Okay.
Improvised weapons, best weapons.
You're heating up the oil.
I believe the issue right now is the clown itself with the mask. Obviously, there might be some magical properties or like being possessed by something.
Oh yeah, I tried removing mask. Not easy. It couldn't tear off.
Yeah, it was melted on its face.
Ugh. Yeah, something about Tony Lazzuto.
Yeah, I heard a name. I'm
Tony
not sure if I heard
Lazzuto
something
says
about its
hello.
butthole, but
Oh my god.
well, I believe, well, obviously we were asked to come here by someone or something.
The mystery man.
Well, we were led. And they were expecting something from us. Now it's for us to try and find out what it is. Obviously, it's not Meridethe. Might be. My belief is maybe we're here to stop this masked creature, because it would have been Gerald or might have been Meridethe. Because anyone who would have opened the door would have received the mask. That's my guess. Mm-hmm. I think we could be collateral, or we've been led here to try and stop something here. Because if this is something that's been recurring with different other people, then there might be a supernatural serial killer.
Maybe it's Jim Carrey, like in the movie The Mask.
Loki.
Loki.
The Mask of Loki.
Oh yeah, Loki. Maybe Loki. Loki, maybe Loki. Get it? I mean, technically, the Eldritch Abominations were here first. We're not supposed to be here, but you know, details.
I believe that's what must have been happening. We've been led here for something.
I mean, how else do you explain Alan?
It's about at this moment that each of you have a strange feeling, and you each get a vision, one that you've already sort of seen before.
Oh. I think that
And
means the
you
oil is
hear-
ready.
You hear the echoing of laughter sort of far off in the distance, and the whole mansion shakes, and some of the wood and stuff distorts just briefly enough, as if it was being stretched, kind of like elastic, and then it all comes back to normal.
I like visions. Visions are nice. It's not the one I'm looking for. That's the Honk Mother, I think. Maybe she's trying to tell us something. Yes. Don't tell the Honk Mother I said this, but Honk Mother probably not as great as Great One. But she doesn't have to know that.
I was gonna say T. Chris.
Yes.
You said when the mask was put on his face, you said something was green.
Yes, the hair. The hair of the mask is green. Yes.
The hair of
You know how you've got like clown masks or clown hair. This tends to be like red or whatever and frizzy and all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Well, Gerald's was sort of a reddish maroonish, and now it's all a very bright highlighter green. This was after the masking put on, after the fusing of the flesh, and his hair turning green.
Okay, I'm going to keep exploring the house. There might be something Meredith had or that we need to grab, and if there's nothing, the only thing I can think of would be to kill the clown.
Yeah, how do you kill something that's made out of glitter?
Burning it?
Well, oil will help, right? By the way, Alan's gonna put his fish. He's gonna fry his fish
Okay, you start frying your fish.
God.
because might as well.
We can always. Well, right now we got oil. We can
Not
start
only
a fire, and once you
that-
throw the oil on him, you just throw a torch. He's gonna catch.
Exactly. Oh, is there any bottle of alcohol?
Yes, you do manage to find a bottle of vodka.
Bottle of vodka. Can I find a dish towel?
Yes, you can.
I will craft a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Alan make Molotov.
So with the dish towel, you stuff it into the bottle. This takes a bit of a while, but in the end, you do manage to stuff enough of it in.
See, solutions all around us.
You expertly also take the time to remember that with such a thing, generally you want to turn it upside down to imbibe the towel with the alcohol prior to lighting it and tossing it.
All right. Oh, Alan has seen movies before.
Hence the 3D glasses.
Yes. I stole it last time I went to theater. It was a long time ago. It's a little wet, but it still holds on.
Weren't those made of paper before?
Yes, it's made of cardboard, actually. Great technology.
Okay.
You guys are nice and safe in the kitchen. Yep. Yeah. Okay. That was a bad time for me to put a cracker in my mouth. So you give a very strong swing, and as you go, exactly as you expected, it's as if the glass was elasticized. It stretches and then bounces right back. Okay. You succeed.
All right. You were really silly. Don't forget to tell that's the what? The laugh mother?
The honk mother.
The honk mother.
There's laughter in the distance.
I want to listen at the door, and once I hear him like walking away, that's when I want to open the door.
You don't hear anything. Silent.
I'm gonna be waiting until I hear him. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to purposely wait then?
Yeah.
Okay. After a while, you do hear his footsteps. And then it goes away.
As that happens, I'm gonna open the door slowly.
Okay. You don't see anything in the next room.
Yeah, it's all dark.
I was waiting for you to open it fully, but.
And I'm gonna go here, open the door again, slowly, but open it completely open.
I'm gonna leave the oil on low to let it boil, keep it boiling.
I'm gonna go in the hall and look on both sides, see if I'm able to see him.
Okay. Okay. It is at this moment that you see Gerald crossing. He does not seem to have noticed you.
Okay. I'm gonna point to Eric like that he's near the entrance, and I'm just gonna. And I'm gonna go at the other side and open the door stealthily.
Okay, that one?
Yeah.
As you open, it is empty.
So I go in, and I'm making signs for Eric to really come in, or Alan. And I'm doing a sign of like low.
Oh yeah, I'm sneaking around. By the way, was the oil boiling by then, or do we have to wait?
No, it was just hot.
It's just hot. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave it there then.
You don't hear anything. You succeed.
I'll close the door, and I'm gonna go and try to start the fire.
Okay. As you get closer, you find everything you need to start a fire. You set the logs in. You get the tinder going. And you manage to you manage to start it.
Because at that point, I'm like looking around. I'm looking at Alan. I'm like, the oil.
Let me go check on it. I'll be right back.
Stop right there.
There?
Yeah, stop right there. 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry, bud.
Oh, no.
All right. As you go and you open the door, I assume?
Yes.
Nothing.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna open this door. Oh man. You better not eat my fish.
I assume you're glancing?
Yeah, I'm glancing first. I'm gonna be sneaky.
As you peer around the corner, you see Gerald, and he's laughing, and he's lifting the pan filled of oil, and he starts to drink it.
Bruh.
And he's both laughing and screaming in pain at the same time.
Is he eating my fish too?
The fish fell to the floor. He's not trying to eat the fish.
Where's the fish?
It's on the floor.
But where? At his
Just
feet?
Next to him?
Like at his feet, yes. And at this point, he finishes drinking the oil, and he's laughing maniacally, and he's grabbing the pan, and he's slamming it against his face.
Okay. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna relay the information. I'll think.
Do you close this door?
Yes, I close all the doors behind me.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know how he got past us. But he got past us, and he's in the kitchen, and he just drank all of the oil. Yeah, he was screaming horribly. I think he wants to die.
I'm face palming. I'm face palming, and I'm thinking
Wake up!
like,
And I'm gonna slap him in the face.
All right. Yes, Shima.
Geralt is fighting hard. We need to help him. Kill him.
All right. I'm looking around. Is there anything? Oh yeah, right. The chair that's right here.
Yep.
I want to try and like break one of the legs off.
Okay. You get the feeling that this is going to make some noise.
I don't mind.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a might roll. Give me a difficulty 3. It's not impossible, but it's not a. It's a very sturdy chair, and it does not look like a easy thing. Your first attempt does not manage to succeed.
Okay, I'm
You're
taking
banging around. It's making some noise.
I'm trying to break the leg to make like a torch to burn the fucker for. I'm taking out my the chair cushion. Is it made of leather or like cotton or whatever?
The chair cushion is made of a fabric, and it's appears to be stapled to the actual wood. Like it's solidly attached. It's like an old school, fancy chair that you'd find in some dusty area.
Okay, and these ones.
They appear to be following the same sort of pattern. So yes, it's like a mixture of wood with like some fabric that has been stuffed with some form of cushioning. It's kind of like a canvas almost. Like it's mostly like there's no leather, but yes. But it's like it's sort of like a very thick cloth.
And with my knife, can I like cut a piece of it?
Cut a piece of the fabric?
Yeah.
Yep, you managed to score, and you can cut into the fabric fairly easily with your knife, with a little bit of effort.
So I'm gonna do that.
Not actual effort, but effort.
So I'm gonna do that to have like something to burn, and I'm going to try again to break the leg off.
Okay.
Can I help him with that?
Yes, you can.
All right. Alan strong. Alan will help.
Give another might. This time with an asset.
With an asset.
Yes, one asset.
So it doesn't say if I failed or passed. It says 9.
Beats difficulty 3.
That's equal. Yeah, that equals. Yeah, it's because you didn't add the thing, but beats difficulty 3, which is what it was before. So you managed to break off a piece.
Okay.
Success.
So I'm trying to wrap around the piece of fabric around it, and I'm putting it on the fire.
Okay, you make yourself a crude torch. You get an impression though that the stuffing's not going to burn for long.
And I'm going to walk out.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk out here.
You walk out there. You don't see anything.
Okay. I'm going to. So I know Meridethe's body was right there. Is it like soaked in blood, or is there like pieces of her clothes that are not?
It is at this moment you notice that Meridethe's body is gone.
What?
Meridethe's body is no longer there. There's just a pool of blood, and there's traces of blood.
Do we see? Yeah.
Yes.
Where's the blood leading to?
Leading towards the bathroom.
Goddamn. Okay, I'm gonna start going upstairs.
I'm gonna open the door here.
All right, you guys should have the top area revealed for you. Yeah, absolutely, yes. All right.
I'd like to crack open this door just slightly, just to see if I can't hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
Hey, I want my fish.
Do you take a peek?
Yes, please.
In this sector, you see nothing.
I'll get you next time, fish. I'm gonna go upstairs.
So you manage to get upstairs, and you notice something very strange. The flooring is inconsistent. The flooring that you guys notice is a mixture of wood, exactly as you had before, and the areas of color is very strange panels of what looks to be wood, but it's multicolor. But it's very clear that there's sort of a ridge between them, and it seems to be like an entirely different material. You're not quite sure what's going on. You guys can examine it a little bit further if you prefer, or you guys can move. Those are doors. The windows are behind you. So there's 2 windows here, and above Kiki. There's a door here, and a door here. Yep.
I'm going to try and open the door right there.
You're opening this door?
Yeah.
Okay. As you open it, it is completely pitch black inside. You don't see much.
Torch.
Okay, as you manage, you see what appears to be a lot of spider webs, and you see what appears to be a very large spider. You also notice there's a light switch.
Sorry.
I turn on the light switch.
Okay. As you do so, you are greeted with what appears to be a horrifying mess of what appears to be gigantic spiders of all sorts of different colors, and a spider twice the size of a man with what appears to be different colored, brightly colored eggs. On the floor, you see what appears to be some papers that were hastily discarded, and in the middle there's a very colorful rug.
I would like to throw the maid torch on the rug.
Okay.
And take the paper and close the door.
I fucking love it. All right. You throw the torch. It lands on the carpet. And you see it starts to burn. You hastily grab the papers and you shut the door.
There's a huge spider in there. I just hope this is gonna... bigger than a human. I look at Alan and I'm like, try to open the door. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna like walk away from the door there. Go in the corner and I'm gonna start looking at the papers.
As you start looking at the papers, I'm going to read out what it says to you. It seems to be written by, you're not quite sure who the author is, but we'll get to that to the end. I did it. I managed to. I think she will be pleased. The experiment was a success, and I don't know. All I need to do now is get a victim. See if the toxin works. See if it does what it's meant to do. I didn't think I would succeed breeding these for so long. And yet here they are. All I need left is a victim. And it's signed MM. MM.
Moon, yeah.
Does anyone examine the floor?
Yeah, I was about to examine this tile here before stepping on it.
Okay. You examine the tile, and it seems to be made completely of wood, kind of like what it was before, but it seems to be a little more organic, a little more plastic. It's like a strange mixture. It looks like a child's toy made of plastic that has the texture of wood. It's not entirely unlike what the wood was, but what seems to alarm you is that as you look towards it closer and closer, it's spreading very, very slowly. It's almost like if you look away and you look back, you can notice, but as you stare at it, it's only just barely inching along hair lengths at a time.
Because the floor, I think, is the floor is weird. It's very weird. I'm gonna take off one of my leather gloves, and I'm just gonna place it on the floor, on the purple floor.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happened. It doesn't spread to the glove?
No.
Okay, I'm going to put back my glove. And I'm going to try to, tiptoe on it. Just put a little bit of weight on it with my foot.
It seems to be solid.
Do I notice the floor reacting to my foot?
It appears
Is
to be
it
just
moving?
a little bit springy. You don't really see anything happening to your shoes or anything. Right about this moment, another sort of strange barrage of that same vision that you guys had before, and everything kind of warps again, just a little bit. Like it's as if the floors and the walls are stretching like elastics and then coming back to their original space. And you notice that it had managed to spread just a little bit more. Instead of a hair length, it managed to do an extra inch or so.
And okay.
But nothing on you, even though you were on the tile. Nothing of you has seemed
It's
to
just
have
spreading on
converted.
the floor.
It's spreading on the floor and it's slowly going up the walls. But at this point, it's just maybe like a couple of inches on the walls.
Okay, guys, be careful. This thing on the floor, it's like spreading. Just, I guess, I don't know. It's like, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. Just be careful. I'm going for it. Okay, I'm gonna go here.
You're going to open that door?
Yes. Sneakily, stealthily.
Okay. You open the door stealthily, and on your first examination, you don't see much. And so you decide to open it fully.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It's pitch black. But once again, you do manage to find a light switch.
All right, I'll turn on the light switch.
You're greeted with what appears to be an extremely colorful room. Everything seems to be in all sorts of neon colors, including the bed. And even the wardrobes seem to be gilded with what appears to be all sorts of different colorful plastics.
Guys, this room is clear. I'm checking it out. Follow me if you want, but this tile is safe here. I don't know about the other colors. I don't know. I'm stepping on this one.
Nothing happens.
Okay. It's okay. I'm in one piece.
It feels like a weird, strange, a very solid plastic.
Do I notice any difference between the colors, except for the colors?
Nope.
Like different texture or anything?
Nope, they appear just to be colorful.
Okay,
For the
and
sake of being colorful.
the line pattern on it, does it mean something or does it not look like that?
It looks like all of the wood, which was originally in straight lines, instead got like twisted around and bent. But aside from that, it's still managing.
Right.
It's just managing to make different weird, crazy, amazing patterns. But aside from that, there's nothing strange about it.
Okay. Well, do you guys want to do anything, or? I noticed that.
So, sorry, I was typing in my notes because I noticed I stopped writing my notes. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, I'm using OneNote. So, yeah, I've got the first and second session. So, as I'm finishing reading the notes, I'm telling the guys what it is.
Well, what is?
Notes.
The notes.
Okay.
What the notes are saying.
Okay, yep. The notes about the experiment and success in breeding.
Yeah, that's what I believe. So, and for the toxin, let's try and see exactly what it is.
Alex, give me a perception check, please. Yep. Anything related to perception. Give me a second. I don't have it as a skill, so go ahead and enter it as a skill untrained and have it intellect based. Otherwise, just give me an intellect roll. Perfect. Yes, use that. Nope. You notice something moving in the corner of your eye, and you twitch as a result. Give me a speed defense. Yep. You successfully managed to dodge. It was a little bit of glitter that fell off your hand. It caught your eye. It spooked you.
Oh my god.
All right, next.
You made Alex asshole blinking.
You hear laughter in the distance.
Oh shit.
But it's not everyone. It's just Alex and in his brain. Everywhere around you, just really far off in the distance. It's a similar laughter as you heard whenever any of the weird tremors would happen.
So I'll be going around and I'll say, so you said this here was safe?
Yep.
Yes. Safe.
So I'm doing one step on it. And on the other one, I'm going to be like half on each square to see how it goes.
Seems to be just fine.
Sorry, what?
The plastic is everywhere. Okay, you jump over the plastic for over here. Okay. As far as you can tell, the plastic seems to be perfectly fine.
And I'm going to be like standing between those two. See
Okay.
how the orange one is reacting.
Just the same.
Okay. I'm just going to go lower again to see through the hole.
Okay. Give me a second. You notice at the far end that there is another door.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
But first I'm gonna like turn around and try and go for the door here. So I'm gonna be poking at this one.
Okay. Nothing.
Probing it. Going ahead. Probing it.
Perfectly fine.
Going ahead. Probing it.
At this point, you get the idea that the tiles, there's probably really no danger to it.
Give a fuck. I'm still gonna probe it.
Sure. Do you open the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
You hear rustling. Rustling what sounds like plastic balls. It's really dark inside, and there appears to be a couple of hollow plastic balls at your feet.
I'm gonna close the door, but try to like kick one of the balls outside of the room.
Okay. There was a light switch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play with this for the moment. I'm gonna look at the ball.
It looks like a ball that you would find in a ball pit.
And I heard shuffling.
Yeah, you get the impression it was probably the door shuffling around some of the balls.
Okay. So I'm gonna open it again and turn on the light switch.
Okay, as you do so, you are greeted with a ball pit.
God.
The entire room appears to be a gigantic ball pit.
Are those doors or windows?
Those are windows.
It's a room filled with...
It's a giant ball pit.
I'm gonna leave it open like this. I'm gonna go back and probe this one.
It's fine.
Go ahead. Probe it.
You're not sure about that one.
I'm gonna probe the other ones.
That one's fine. Ahead. Yep.
same. And then here I'm like, okay, guys, follow the wall. Everything should be good.
I just wanted to check while he was doing all of that, like opening the ball pit and everything. Can I
Do
check?
you want to check the desk?
Yes, that's a desk.
Yep.
And this is what, a chair?
Yeah, it seems to be a pillow.
Oh, it's a pillow. Okay, and those two things,
Those are dressers.
those are dressers. Okay,
Yep. And then you have two little tiny sort of chest cabinet things. At the bottom.
those. Well, I'm gonna search everything.
He's
Okay.
gonna loot.
I'm gonna loot.
As you search,
Let's go with the desk.
as you search everything, you manage to find what appears to be a diary,
Oh, okay.
and it's signed Meridethe Moon.
Okay.
Do you go through it?
I'm gonna stash it for now.
Okay.
So I don't lose track of the other guys. And do I find anything else interesting other than clothing?
Nope, not particularly.
Okay. I'm gonna go see the other guys, and I'm gonna tell them I found Meredith's diary. I'm gonna wait until I've reached everybody else before I open it.
Okay. As you reach everybody, you start to open it and you start to read. Do you read backwards or from the start?
Backwards.
So do you read like the latest entry, or do you go from all the way? It seems to be a rather thick book.
Oh, it's a really thick one. Yeah, I'll start from the end. What's the last entry?
The last end seems to be one page that says, "Oh, garble snarks. I dropped the keys in the ball pit."
So there's some keys in the ball pit, apparently.
As he says that, I'm like, puta madre. It's over there.
Manuelo, I'm sorry to say that, but I don't speak Spanish.
No me da mierda que no comprendes lo que estoy diciendo, okay?
And I'm just gonna make some gurgle noises.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how that feels.
I'm giving back the rod to Eric.
Do you swear at him, Kiki, in your native language?
No. I'm just gonna say some random shit. Because I don't know that puta madre is a swear. Well, I know, but Alan doesn't know.
Okay.
If we need to go in the ball pit, I volunteer. You see, I'm very good at swimming.
Sure, go ahead.
Before I go, I'm just gonna rifle through the diary to see, like, really quick if I can't find anything.
There's a lot of extensive stuff. It's talking about two areas in particular.
Okay.
One is an area where Meridethe seems to be describing as, and this is what you're getting from the most recent entries.
Mm-hmm.
One involves having found him, and she refers to him as him, not really ever saying anything more. You don't seem to find any sort of hint. And you notice similarly, whenever she refers to the Honk Mother, she does so a little more openly, but will sometimes refer to the Honk Mother as her. Yes. Yes. And whenever there's a mention of him, you've managed to relate that her tends to refer to the Honk Mother, but in those entries, it's like I gotta make sure that she does not see. And you're not quite sure what it is referring to. It's kind of hard to read. It's hard to figure out. But that's what you've managed to figure out so far. Okay. There seems to be also extensive stuff, and even you've managed to come across some things related to words that you haven't quite seen before, but are describing a bit of what Gerald looks like at the moment.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna give the diary to Manuelo.
I'm taking it. First thing I'm doing, and I'm just passing it along to Eric.
So we can all read it.
Aside from the information that I mentioned, you don't quite see much yet, but you do know it's going to take a while to actually glean some information, some good information. You know that there's good information from it, but it's going to take a while.
Okay. And I will head to the ball pit while they're reading that.
Okay, excellent. You get into the ball pit?
No, it's not open yet. And I actually want to like go back here because I know that the motherfucker was coming back upstairs from time to time. So if I ever hear him coming up, I'm gonna call up on Alan to come over.
I'm gonna put like 1 foot inside the ball pit to see if there's anything funky going on.
It appears to be a ball pit.
All right. Time to go, and I will jump in the ball pit.
All right. You find it to be rather fun. It's you haven't had fun like this in a while. In fact, you're not sure you've ever been in a ball pit before. Only you could say.
I have not.
I assume you start searching for the keys?
Yes, I will.
All right, give me a D20 roll.
All right.
Yep. You find a ball.
Oh, what color is it?
It's a different color from all the rest. You're not sure why.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. The rest of you. In your list,
the equipment. You don't have equipment?
You should have an equipment thing. Everything goes in there, really.
We have a section for weapons, so weapons wouldn't be in.
Go ahead and put it in artifacts to keep it separate. Anything that's relevant to, I'll say, relevant to lore, relevant to the esoteric stuff, and stuff that you can glean very useful information, we'll be putting it in artifacts. Okay. Eric, are you doing anything? Alan, by the way,
yes,
the ball pit is a little bit above your waist. Okay, it's very tall, ball pit.
Okay,
and
all right.
You get the impression that you'd be able to hide in here really fucking easily.
Fantastic. I'm gonna swim in it.
Cool.
While looking for the key.
Eric, what do you do again? Sorry. Okay. You start to peer, and you haven't quite gleamed anything yet, but you did manage to find a section that starts to talk about how to develop and gather lore. Yes, you're not quite sure, but you get the impression that this is important. Manuelo.
So I'm gonna try and keep attention to any noise happening, specifically coming from or the door here and the stairs leading downstairs.
Okay. So far, you don't quite hear anything.
And do I see like any light coming from this room?
No, actually.
Smoke,
surprisingly, it seems to be pitch black underneath.
What's pitch black? Sorry, I missed something.
There's no light coming from the room that had grotesque things inside.
Okay.
Alan, give me another D20. You managed to find a pair of underwear.
Oh, okay.
They have little hearts. Male boxers with little hearts on them. Eric, do you continue peering through the journal, I assume? At this point, you managed to glean some information about lore. Lore, whenever you see lore referenced, and you guys can also, whenever I talk about lore in this sense, you can now you can now assume that this is relevant information related to the supernatural. This can be anything related to rituals. It could be anything related also to the different monsters and creatures that you will run into. And so you've now managed to figure out that that is what lore means. Lore is also rituals, monsters, and also related to ascension. That's what you've managed to glean out of the couple of pages that you managed. You continue reading. Cool. Manuelo.
Same thing. I'm gonna keep watch.
Okay.
Actually, at that point, I'm gonna go up and investigate the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna look everywhere, under the bed, everything.
Okay. You start tearing the place apart, so to speak. Are you doing that like classic cop style, like throwing everything all over the place to like find stuff?
No. I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Gently?
Slowly,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go and you look through it. You find where there was a little dust mark that showed where there used to be a book about the same size as the diary.
Okay.
Aside from that, you don't quite manage to find anything that seems to be useful. A minute, just to double check I'm not telling you the wrong thing. Yeah, DM notes checking. You managed to find what appears to be a very small spider, and it appears to be the same sort of bright color as some of the ones that you saw. This one's tiny. You didn't notice it before, but it's in the corner. It's high up.
Okay, so I've got a empty vial.
Okay.
Because of
one of the poisons.
Poison.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try and trap it in.
Okay. Give me a speed.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2. You managed to trap it.
Ooh, not 20.
Nice.
Very quickly, you managed to trap it just fine. And as you do so, you hear the slight, sort of a slight laughter, but cut short. You cork it, and now you have a tiny critter.
And I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna look at it a little bit more.
You examine it. It seems to be a very strange spider. It doesn't seem to be reacting like a spider would. It's slightly different.
I'm gonna show it to Eric. Like, have you seen this before?
Alan, give me another D20.
Sorry. That was me.
That's fine. So you managed to find the same pair of underwear.
That's in my inventory.
It fell out.
All right.
You, as you realize that it had fallen out somehow, you laugh, and that's it. You found it rather funny. Okay, Eric, you've managed to glean some extra information regarding lore. You've managed to glean that lore is most commonly found when you find things that do not quite appear the way they do, and that an excellent way to help you find sources of lore is to give yourself a glimpse of true sight. And true sight is described as a way to bend your brain to peer and to glimpse things for what they really are. You continue reading. Manuelo, you have a little critter. You have a new pet.
I'm gonna pocket the little vial on me, and
I fucking love this.
I'm gonna go see. Go near the ball pit. I'm gonna be like, "Did you find it?"
I found some boxers and surprisingly a ball.
A ball.
A ball.
He proudly brings out what appears to be a ball. It's got a golden sheen to it, and all the rest are just regular colors.
Do you think there's a special ticket inside of it? Do I win a contest?
Did you try to open it?
Oh, I'm gonna bite it.
It's a plastic ball. It deforms.
Aww. How it's deflated.
Well, I don't think that's what we're looking for.
I'm still gonna keep it. You never know.
Since it's a key, usually it's made of metal and it's heavy. Can you try to look all the way at the bottom? From moving the balls around, it would have fallen all the way to the bottom.
Alan will try. We'll dive.
Okay. You can give me another roll of the d20. $13. Magic number 13. You find a key.
Oh.
It is rather large. It's made of plastic.
Surprise.
You get the feeling that it's a key, but it looks like a toy key, but you get the impression that it might be important.
I think I found the key.
You also distinctly remember hearing what was written was garble snarks. I dropped the keys.
Oh, the keys. But I think there's more than one. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking.
Cool. Eric, you've managed to glean some more stuff. It took you a while, this particular sentence, but after a while you realized it was the same words that were told to you by the mysterious man. I can't tell you because I don't know how to pronounce them. However, recognizing that phrase, recognizing them, having figured out what that was, go ahead and add to your ability Glimpse of True Sight. You are now relatively certain that if ever you call upon that phrase in your mind and you glimpse at something, you'll usually get a vision if it's related to the supernatural. And the vision will be related to the aspect. You're not quite sure exactly what aspects mean, but you have a feeling that it's probably related to the different gods. And in this case, the Hunk Mother. Intellect. It doesn't really matter because you don't really ever use effort. It's just something that you can use now as an ability. It's not going to cost anything. Sorry? Yes. It's a special. Yeah, it would be a special ability. I wouldn't say enabler because enabler means passive. But I mean, yeah, you can. It's just mention, like, if ever you intend on using it, just mention that you intend to use it to look at something. Yep. Yes. Manuela.
Okay, so Damn, that's a lot of wind.
Yeah.
Blow in my face. So that's exactly yeah, I'm gonna try and
Come in, the water is great.
go in and help him.
A sec. As you go in, give me a roll as you look around.
The regular 20.
Regular 20. 14. You managed to find a silver ball.
Finding the silver ball, I'm going up and I'm like, hey, Alan,
Oh, you found a silver one.
here for you because you broke your last one.
Oh, thank you.
Alan, your turn.
I will swim while searching because I wanted to put the gift.
Of course.
Oh!
Nah, fucking 20. He finds it, baby. You managed to find a metal key. This one's much
Ooh.
smaller. And you're pretty sure that after having searched everything, you're pretty sure you're not going to find anything else.
I found the second key.
Eric. Just before you do so, give me a perception check. Use intellect otherwise. Yep. Yep. The thing with the danger. Yes. Yes, you managed to hear that there is the sound of very familiar footprints, and they're getting closer. So you know that he's on his way up. He's not quite there yet. What do you do? The rest of you managed to hear it. Okay.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna dive in
I'm
the
gonna
ball pit. Make myself short.
Okay.
closing
Flat
the
on.
door and I'm just hiding in the balls.
You hear the footsteps, and then he shows up. He looks around. I fucking love it. And you hear a door open close by. And then the door closes. And you're pretty sure he's in Meredith's room. Time is passing. You all have the choice of doing an action. We'll start with Eric. You don't think they would. Okay. The squeaking stops. There's nothing. Manuela, are you still hiding?
Yep.
Kiki, are you still hiding?
Yes.
Eric. You start to hear a very strange noise. It's a mixture of laughing, but also muffled thumps, like someone is throwing around like a giant cushion or moving a chair. And then nothing. This one here? Okay. Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna pop my head out. Roger that.
We need to find the key.
Roger that.
All three of you give me a perception check. Eric, obviously, you use the same one as you used before.
Sorry,
danger.
Perception check?
Yep. All of you give perception.
And what is the roll for it?
Intellect if you don't have one.
Sorry, what?
Intellect.
Is there a difficulty?
Nope. So, Eric, you don't quite notice, but Manuelo does. In the corner of the wall, you noticed, you didn't quite see it there, but there was a chest this entire time. It was a little bit covered, but the lid comes up, and out pops the face of Gerald.
Oh, god damn.
And he starts climbing out of it.
Guys, out.
Very slowly, just like coming out as if he's appearing. Yep, it's the exact same Gerald.
Same old Gerald.
He's crawling out of a chest that does not look like it would be possible. And he's popping out.
Move. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go there to open the door.
Okay, so you guys open this door in the corner here.
Go ahead, Eric.
This one, in contrast to the others, was already lit. It appears to be a game room of sorts. You've got cards on a table. You've got a cabinet, shelving over here that's just full of board games and different sort of games. And you have a chess set in the corner. You've got tables all over the place. The chairs appear to be missing. And then you've got what appears to be two chests. And strangely, at the complete end, you have broken tables. You guys hear shuffling. It sounds like balls are moving. You guys close the door. And it's about this time that you hear another door open. You hear the squeaking, and the squeaking seems to be going away.
Motherfucker can crawl out of any closed box.
I mean, he popped out of a chest. He popped out of a toilet. Is there any? Oh, I'm gonna check the chests.
You open the chests. They don't seem to have any sort of hole or anything. They're perfectly fine. But you notice that one of them is locked. And it has what appears to be the need of a small key.
Oh, a small plastic key?
No, you have a large plastic key and you have a small metal key.
Oh, the metal key is small. Okay. Yeah, I will insert the small metal key inside of it.
It fits and it opens. You find inside what appears to be a manuscript.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to go to the boys. I'm going to start reading it with them. I'm going to open it.
To access the room, yes, the room. I've locked it and I can't let anybody know. but I've left myself a bit of a hint. One of my favorite chess players, Magnus Carlsen, he has a particular. He's very famous for an opening, and here's the hint: a miasmus cloud of fun is the opening. Is the I'll wait for you to finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hint: a miasmus cloud of fun is the opening that will reveal all in performative theater.
Does that ring any bell to you guys? Guys?
Double check just to make sure I got that right. I'm pretty sure.
What the hell?
Okay, sorry. I should probably mention this, that in the note it was used that Magnus Carlsen used it in an actual tournament game. That's fine. There's a famous opening though. You do notice that there is a chessboard, and there is also some books along with the board games. A miasmus cloud of fun is the opening that will reveal. A miasmus cloud of fun.
Do any of you have a cell phone? Yeah, like in game.
No.
We are in modern times, so theoretically you guys would probably have a cell phone. And probably one that does have access to the internet.
If I would have a cell phone, it would be a burner phone just for calls and text.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
I have a question.
Yep.
My microphone was my webcam for some reason that has a microphone in it. So every time I was muting, I was not muting. Did you guys hear me fart?
No.
God damn it! Well,
I heard you blow your nose, but I did not hear you fart.
But now you know I did.
Well, but now I know you did.
Cover blown.
I have farted thrice during this, and my microphone is very sensitive. So you guys probably heard those.
That's all I wanted to ask. Sorry for.
That's fine. Yeah. This is all also captured by
yeah,
OBS,
I know. Uh-huh. I'm quite farty today. I'm sorry.
God forbid they find out we're human.
Yeah. I mean, some of us are. Alan is not anymore.
Cloud of fun.
The chess game, is it already started?
The chess game looks like it has not been started. All the pieces are in their starting positions. Yes. You managed to find a bunch of books. A lot of them are rule books of the different board games. And you do manage to find a couple of books on chess. One is How to Play. Another is a list of openings. And a third is advanced tactics. So you open it up. You manage to find a list of the openings, and you notice that there's a lot of them. They're all just listed out down. And there's one that's written in hand. And that one is written in hand, Bong Cloud.
What?
Do you know what the Bong Cloud does? But it does something very specific with the king and queen. Yes. Mm-hmm. It is a horrible move, yes. It does. It's I mean, if I say it, I'm giving away the answer. So yes, you guys have to do the Bong Cloud with the chessboard, but in essence, what it does is that it permutates both the king and the queen so that both sides are completely mirrored. Because white and black actually have separate, like king and queen are facing each other, or they're in a straight line. But if you do that, well, now the king is on the mirrored side, properly mirrored. You permutate the king and the queen, yes. I mean, it's the only opening that requires your king to move forward in an open position like that. So people generally see it on the first and second move, but it's only ever completed once you permutate both the king and queen. And Magnus Carlsen used it in a fucking tournament.
Is Magnus Carlsen the one that's...
He's the top chess.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Chess is also a degenerate sport because people cheat by using vibrating butt plugs.
Wait, what?
I'm dead serious. Because you can cheat. Yes. You never got confirmation, but it's pretty up there. It's pretty confirmed. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, cool. So, do you perform the Bong Cloud? So as you go and you lift up, you notice the pieces are slightly heavier, and you notice on the bottom of them that there's slight little magnets on them. So you move them and you do. It's a tournament sanctioned chessboard. You go and you perform and you do the opening of the Bong Cloud. Nope. Yep. You've managed to complete the Bong Cloud, and you hear a panel move, and you notice it's above the broken table. And you notice what appears to be. It looks kind of like a window, but it's not a window. It's a portion of the wall, but it's depressed now. You can see that you can probably open it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and push it open.
You push it open, and you realize that it's a little bit dark in here, but then you turn on the light, and it's still kind of dark. And you're greeted with this as a sight. An entire room that is just black and white. All except for a single spider, dead on the floor. And near the spider appears to be some sort of strange symbol and scratch marks. The symbol haven't been broken.
Okay.
Do you go in?
Yeah, I'm going in.
You notice in the corners some strange sort of crystalline formations, one black and one white. You're not quite sure what they are. The symbol on the floor seems to have been drawn with a sort of paint, a white paint. And you notice that the symbol has been scratched away, presumably probably by the spider that lays dead there. The spider has a colorful background, so it really feels out of place in this room. The back looking exactly like the other spiders. And its back seems to have the shape of a clown face.
Okay. Like it's dead recently or a while?
It looks like it's been a little bit, sort of. You can't quite tell. It hasn't like putrefied or anything, so it's definitely dead, but it hasn't been rotting or anything like that. So you'd probably say within a day's worth. Aside from that, you notice there's some papers on the floor,
Yeah, I'll grab the papers.
and you also notice a picture of a mime.
A mime.
A mime.
Does the mime look similar to Harold?
Nope. The mime looks rather honorable, staring off in the distance in this picture. It's sort of a rendition. You've got a bit of a weird feeling about it, though. Like, as you stare at this picture, it's like your voice is catching. Like, you have a little bit of trouble speaking.
I turn to Alan and I'm making him a sign of like speaking.
Of what?
Like speaking. I'm just having my hand closed and open like a mouth. And I'm pointing to you.
You want me to speak?
Doing a thumbs up.
What do you want me to say?
You hear him speaking.
Okay. I'll look at the papers that I grabbed from the floor. What's
You happen to ping up, it seems to be a rather thick manuscript. And the top, it looks like something that has not, it looks kind of like manuscript of something that has not been quite published yet. And the top states a dissertation on the Silent Father.
The Hunk Mother and the Silent Father.
And this is where we're going to end tonight's.
No! I want to know more. The Silent Father and the Hunk Mother. Wow. I love it. What happens if we complete the circle?
Dude, you're breaking my brain, man. You're making it go all over the place.
I love
Well, I mean, I did have to bring in clowns and mimes and shit and mix it with esoteric beings. It is, yes, the Silent Father is a mime. Where are you? Do you have it in your notes? In the Discord group.
You guys have much better like note writing than I do. Oh, it is. I mean, mine looks. I mean,
The greatest mother of everything. You haven't learned about aspects yet, so it's normal that you wouldn't know much about that. Meredith Moon's head exploded from a toy mallet trap. Yes, that's correct. Tony Lazzuto says hello. Absolutely, he does. I love it. Question marks, spiders, and then paper about toxins, experiments, breeding, and strand of toxic spider. Yeah.
I mean, mine is like all over the place. I understand what I mean, you know.
The Silent Father equals mime. I love these notes. Out of context, these notes are fucking fantastic. They're so good.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw, I put a video in the Waterdeep scary Halloween music. I've had this playing the whole time, and it's very fitting. If you guys want some background music, like if it's
the scary Halloween music.
Yeah, it's really fitting, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Snoopy.
Very cool. All right.
Thank you very much, Chris, for melting my brain.
Chris, what a treat.
Am I hitting the esoteric how do I say this? Cosmic horror,
Yes.
Lovecraftian vibe?
Yes.
Excellent. That's what I'm aiming for.
And I'd like to say, for a non-SCP campaign, you're hitting a lot of the SCP vibes.
See, that's part of the reason why I was like, if we go either way, I'm going to be able to like mold it a bit.
Oh,
so
right.
that-
Okay.
so that
Same
it wouldn't
skeleton,
be-
different flesh.
Sort of, yeah. Like I'd be able to reuse a lot of the same stuff as a result.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. And I'm glad I got to use Alan instead of the other one, because I had no idea for my other character.
For like the SCP.
And otherwise, Chris, I've added my background, so if you ever want to play with it.
Hell yes. Will do. I gotta switch. I don't have a proper AI art yet for the Silent Father yet. It's not giving me anything.
Was
good.
Gerald's picture also AI art?
No, actually, that one is not.
That would have surprised me.
I don't think so. It could be, but I don't think so.
It looks very stable for AI art.
Yeah. We see that's
paid
the
AI art.
issue that I'm having right now with like getting AI art for the mime, though, is that it's actually giving me like they're just slightly off, right? But they're
Right.
very stable mimes. And so like I need something that's unstable.
Right. I see.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Nighty
Night.
night.
See you guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Weeks.
Yes, ideally. Just because it's gonna help a whole bunch with me being all the prep things, and I should give you enough time to get some music going too.
Sure.
Let's désiré.